Thank you for joining Wars of the Roses as we continue with Lesson 32. 2 or 3 are gathered together in my name, of International Esoteric and Illuminated Bible Lessons by Swinburne Clymer. International Illuminated Bible Lessons prepared for the Sunday Schools of the Church of Divine Illumination, Matthew 18th chapter, 10th to 21st verses. Golden text, where 2 or 3 are gathered together in my name, there I am in the midst of them. Jesus said if we gather together in His name is righteousness, truth, and sincerity, and we must be righteous if we gather together in His name. Many people have thought that the gathering together is enough. They come with unclean minds and selfishness, self-praise and self-absorption, and self-glory in their hearts, seeking something for self, something they may be able to turn into material gains. This is not in His name. Not everyone that saith unto me, Lord, Lord, shall enter into the kingdom of heaven, but he that doeth the will of my Father which is in heaven. Neither can you reap of heavenly things until you do the will of heaven. Verse 10, Take heed that ye despise not one of these little ones, for I say unto you that in heaven their angels do always behold the face of my Father which is in heaven. Ignorant orthodoxy of some sects preach hell and death to babes and children. The angels of heaven are the pure souls of God, and a child is pure physically, mentally, and morally. Therefore, the gods of childhood are purity, which the child spiritually beholds. We hold that which we are. The child holds purity, because its mind is pure and fresh from the spirit world. If we despise purity in any form, we are alien to it. There are a few men and women, and we thank God they are few, who despise children. Why do they? The answer is easy. If they love the fresh and pure and innocent, they would admire these symbols, for the child is a symbol of purity. Verse 11, The Son of Man is come to save that which is lost. Jesus came to save the lost ones, the soul that had fallen. Verse 12, How think ye, if a man had 100 sheep, and one of them be gone astray, doeth he not leave the 99 and goeth into the mountains and seeketh that which is gone astray? Verse 13, And if he so find it, verily I say unto you, he rejoiceth more over that sheep than of the 99 that went not astray. We may be almost whole, and have but one sin that leads us away from the Father, and when we find that evil within us that keeps us out from sonship and home, we rejoice more than we rejoice over all the good within us, for we have overcome the sin that kept us astray. We have seen such men and women who were big, true, generous, and kind-hearted, but whose one weakness or material blindness kept them away from truth. Verse 14, Even so, it is not the will of your Father that one of these little ones should perish. The good would be all good, and not one soul perish. Perhaps a misunderstanding between you and a brother keeps bitterness between you. Do your part in truth and as a child of God, so that you do not perish. Become reconciled to him in thought and well wishes, if he will not become a friend. Verse 18, For whatsoever ye shall bind on earth shall be bound in heaven, and whatsoever ye shall loosen on earth shall be loosened in heaven. If you bind good on earth, you will have bound good in heaven, and purified your soul. And if you lose good to earth, become negative and material, you will be loosened or cast out of heaven. Here is the great mystery which is attributed to Peter and upon which the church is founded. Only to yourself does this law apply and not to others. Verse 18, If 2 of you agree on earth as touching anything that they shall ask, It shall be done for them of my Father which is in heaven. But take care what you ask. The Father in heaven does not comply with an evil request. Jesus delivered the whole lesson to his disciples, and not to those who were not his disciples. And not to the hypocrites did he promise anything. He says to us to gather in his name, in truth and righteousness, and what ye shall ask in his name shall be given. Thank you for watching, and please don't forget to share, like, subscribe, and comment. And if you can, please consider donating to Wars of the Rosies. Links to PayPal and Patreon are in the description. Thank you so very much.